of God finished speaking, then I'll be through speaking. Let's turn to the book of Acts, the 9th chapter. Starting at the 36th verse. I'm going to read this, but then as the Lord has it, I will go back and break it down as the Lord has given it to me, the revelation that He gave me concerning this. Acts 9, 36 through 43. At Joppa, there was a certain disciple named Tabitha, which is translated Dorcas. This woman was full of good works and charitable deeds, which she did. But it happened in those days that she became sick and died. When they had washed her, they laid her in an upper room. And since Lydia was near Joppa, and the disciples had heard that Peter was there, they sent 2 men to him, imploring him not to delay in coming to them. Then Peter arose and went to them. When he had come, they brought him to the upper room, and all the widows stood by him weeping, showing the tunics and garments which Dorcas had made while she was with them. But Peter put them all out and knelt down and prayed. And turning to the body, he said, Tabitha, arise. And she opened her eyes, and when she saw Peter, she sat up. Then she gave her his hand and lifted her up. And when he had called the saints and widows, he presented her alive. And it became known throughout all Joppa, and many believed on the Lord. So it was that they stayed. Hannah, you may be seated in the presence of the Lord. When the woman of God was given the welcome, she was talking about being free, and anything that's holding you bound and having you bound, you really need to get rid of it. So I need somebody to come up here and undip my shoes for me. Now, they are not having me bound. I wore these for Evangelist Harris. Now, have you seen these shoes? I want Tiffany to hold them up and let you see them, because I'm getting out of them. That's 5 inches that I don't need right now. So, I wasn't barefoot when I came in here, okay? All right. I don't want to be bound. Tabitha. For the sake of what the Lord has to say tonight, we're going to call her translated name, which is Dorcas. One thing I want you to know is that this woman was a disciple, because the Word of God tells us that she was a disciple. I want you to know what a disciple is. A follower or a student or a mentor, a student of any leadership. But Dorcas was a disciple and a follower of Jesus Christ, a student of that which was right and holy. So consequently, she was full of good works and charitable deeds. You cannot follow, whatever it is, whether it's good or bad, you cannot follow someone and not do what they do. You cannot be taught by someone and then not mimic exactly what you saw them doing. She was full of good works and charitable deeds. And what she learned from the master teacher was displayed through her behavior. Monkey see, monkey do. Even if you're an old monkey, you will do what you've been taught. Like when we see our kids go to school or church or to the grocery store and they cut up and act up, and we want to know where they get that from. They got some grown monkeys teaching them that most of the time. My husband will say, just give them a banana, let them do what they do. Verse 37. She became sick. And I want you to pay attention to the significance of what the Word of God says tonight because it is all significant. This is not one of those messages where you can say, I'm just going to eat the meat and